Good evening. It is the night before. I'm going to Broadway in the morning. God, I'm excited. It's going to happen. I'm going to Broadway in the morning. Yes, I am going home and I'm going to win that race. God, I've got so much to tell you. But first, let's go to a superb Broadway notice board this week. The first bit of notice is from Nige Smith, the guy who runs the Broadway Cinema Club. Like, he's not only advertised a new film, but it's only Top Gun Maverick. I mean, what a film. It's on Thursday the 8th of December, and me and Nige have had a bit of bants over the last few weeks. I've said, thanks, Nige. I'll be your wingman anytime. And Nige not only sent me a laughter emoji, but he responded saying, Tim Stent, the pattern is full. It's an in-joke about Top Gun. Fiona Legg, who is the group admin, has changed the admin picture. Look at it. Look what's on sale. Look what's on offer. I tell you, tomorrow I'm getting one of those. I literally soiled myself when I saw that. The next time I do a video here in the morning, I'm going to have one of those and I'm going to bloody well drink an Earl Grey out of it. And if things couldn't get any better and any more exciting than that, then look who is coming to the Broadway Arts Festival. Look who is going to be the guest speaker at the Cider Mill Theatre. It's Sue Barker. She is coming to talk about her new book, Calling the Shots. Get my money out. Let's get those tickets. I cannot wait to see Sue. She's only a stone's throw from where I live. This next one has got to be my favourite post ever. I just like the poster. He's devil may care. He couldn't care less what anyone thinks of him. He's either asked a perfectly innocent, he thinks, question, or he's trying to cause trouble. Either way, the guy's a legend. I can't spell does, but I like him even more because of it. He says, does anyone know what time we can start burning rubbish in our gardens around Broadway? He has had angry emojis. He's had comments telling him that he's bang wrong. I didn't say that at all. I responded straight away saying this. My advice is to do it on a windy day. Minimise his time, maximise his risk. On the plus side, any of your neighbours who are history nuts will experience what it was like to live in Pompeii. If a notice board wasn't enough to stoke up real genuine excitement, I had this sent through the other day. It's the rules of the race and it's 7 pages long. And the first thing I've got to note, which was a bit of a surprise if I'm being honest, I've got to be there at 8:15. I live miles away, actually in reality, and I've got to be there at 8:15 for my race registration. You know I don't like checking desks. I don't like picking up my number. But on the positive side, at 9 o'clock, I've got to go for an official half marathon briefing at the Lifford Memorial Hall. I am finally going to gain access into the inner sanctum of Broadway at the Lifford. No kit, no number. Kit will be checked before you're even allowed to get your number. We'll be doing spot checks. We'll be disqualifying anybody who doesn't have kit. Right, here we go. This is what I've got to get. A drink, a cup, a windproof jacket, emergency nutrition, a head covering, a mobile phone, fully charged and working. Well, there's a thing. I was going to get my Nokia 3210 out. A foil blanket or a full-size bin liner, a whistle, a first aid kit that has to include tape, zinc oxide, where am I going to get that from? I'm not a scientist. Plasters, blister plasters, and field dressing. Right, I've got to carry all that around with me. A few other bits and pieces about livestock and horses. I didn't realise it was a trail run. I thought I was running on the road. It appears I've got to run through woods, I've got to run up hills, I've got to go along footpaths. It says here, here's some advice. A nervous horse can cope with 1 or 2 runners, but you might find that after a while, a horse has had enough of runners and gets skittish. GPS maps and devices, I can use maps. What? A map? Well, this isn't the Duke of Edinburgh, it's the race. I have gone and I have got the lot. No one's stopping me running this race. I've got a windproof jacket. I've got a head covering. I've got a cup. I've got my nutrition. I've got my fully charged phone. I've got my first aid kit. I've got a whistle. I've got a bottle of drink. And I have got my foil blanket. No one's stopping me running this race. Oh my God, look. It's Rach HQ. It's the Lifford. It's the bloody Lifford. And look, there's a poster there for Top Gun Maverick. God, I hope Nige is here. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realise there's not much left, 'cause I've been laughing and blasting so long. Even my mama says that my mind is gone, but I ain't never crossed a man that don't deserve it. Maybe treat me like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch where you're walking, or who you're talking, or you and your homies will be lined in chalk. I really hate to trip, but I gotta lock. As I go, I see myself in the pistol smoke. I'm the kind of G all you homies wanna be, on my own in the night, saying prayers in the street lights. I've been spending most my life living in this gangster's paradise. I keep spending most my life living in this gangster's paradise. I keep spending most my life living in this gangster's paradise. I keep spending most my life living in this gangster's paradise. These guys behind me are the serious jocks. They are doing the full marathon. But after my panic attack in Stratford, won't be doing that. It's at this point that I realise actually that's my race, and I have a coronary trying to get there in time. But no, I've checked and rechecked. I shall be going to the Lifford. I have just cleared security checks in the Lifford. Very exciting. I'll be back for the briefing shortly. The briefing has been had, and there were some chilling messages from Emma, about sort of heart attacks and such. Touch Cotswold Stone. But just going past an handbag. Yeah, pretty chilling stuff there, pretty hard hitting. I am now walking to the start. A lot of excited chatter. And there's me skulking by a tree. Right now, this is mile 1. A good friend of mine, Martin McLaughlin, told me that what I was doing was effectively ruining a very good walk. So I'm doing a bit of both. I'm both ruining it and walking bits. Apparently, the first part of the ascent is nearly 1,000 feet. Ah yes, it's my old friend, the Broadway Tower. There she is. Not a folly. Oh yeah. Morning. How you doing, lovely dogs? Don't fall over, don't fall over, don't fall over. Can't make a chippy comment about a dog and then gob it. The right git. Ooh. Well, I am about 7 miles in, and I can comfortably tell you this is probably the most challenging thing I think I've ever done. It is really, really hard. It's not the hills you can walk up if you have to. It's the running down. My legs are absolutely shagged, and you have to keep your eyes exactly where you're going. Running downhill, my thighs are in agony. I'm like an old lady carrying heavy shopping in a built-up area where some hoodies are eyeing her up. I'm vulnerable. I've just ran through a clodded field. It was thick with mud. It was like I was running away from Jed Maxwell. Oh, look at that. Magnificent. Now I'm in a bit of trouble because I've lost the people behind me. They were no match. But I've equally lost the people in front. I don't really know where I was going because I wasn't listening at the briefing. Well, that was embarrassing. I was so busy filming an atmospheric shot that I missed the turn and I've lost the place. And the guy shouted, this way, this way. So, I'm back on it. I think that is being done in Broadway. Done, thank you. That's great. Finished. I've got to say, that was one of the most challenging things I've ever done. And also a massive anticlimax at the end. I was thinking, you know, middle-aged running man, you. Not wearing my t-shirt. You had us, but we love you. No. A lukewarm applause at a hasty elected finishing pole. I am just going into Broadway now. I don't really feel like this at all, but I've got a couple of missions. The first one is that I want to see whether Russell's is open, and the second one is I've got to get a mug. This is a key moment. We're outside Russell's, and come on, Russ, don't let me down. Yep, it's closed. My quest for the mug is actually slightly more difficult than I thought it would be. I just asked a lady in the shop whether or not she had a Broadway mug, and she looked like I'd just vomited in there. Here, in Broadway? Yeah, have you got a Broadway mug? I might do something like that at the arcade. So, I'm going to the arcade. I'm here by the War Memorial, and I've been blanked at every turn. I've been to the tea rooms. I went into the arcade. Not an arcade in sight. I've been to the Co-op. No mug. Right, I've got one last chance there. The Broadway cook shop. And if that's a blank, then I'm going home. Without a mug. I'm fuming. Right, well, that was Broadway. A bit of an anticlimax at the end, if I'm being really honest with you. I was hoping to get recognised, didn't happen. Was hoping to see Nige, didn't see him. Or Fiona, didn't see her. Someone was rude to me in a shop. Didn't get my Broadway mug. I'll have to get one off Amazon. Absolutely raging about it, to be quite honest with you. Although the run itself was pretty good. Track of the day, I'm going to pay tribute, I think, to Nige and Top Gun 2 Maverick. I'm going to go with Ain't Worried About It by One Republic, which is a pretty decent song. And I'm going to get home now, and it shouldn't be too far actually. It's a bit far, Estate's only just round the corner. I don't know why I'm even bothering in the car, but you know, like, subscribe, do whatever. And when I say do whatever, I'm being flippant. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next week.